Observe this figure. Here, prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells were there. In prokaryotic cells, such as E. coli, they do not have any defined nucleus. Here, the DNA is not scattered throughout the cell, but DNA is held with some protein in the region which is termed as nucleoid. The DNA in the nucleoid is organized in a large loops held by the protein. But in eukaryotes, we have well-defined nucleus. In nucleus, when there is no cell division, chromatin fibers were scattered throughout the nuclear region. This chromatin fiber is made up of folded DNA molecule. This DNA molecule is wrapped around to the histone protein. Now, what is histone protein? Histone is actually a octamer. 8 molecules of a histone, they were collectively together form a octamer molecule. It is called as histone octamer. This histone octamer, they were wrapped with the DNA molecule, so you will get this kind of structure. This structure where the DNA is wrapped around this histone octamer is called as nucleosome. Now, this is called as nucleosome. Here you can see the nucleosome. Again it was foiled and condensed, and they were forming a supercoiled structure, which is now it is 700 nanometer, and again they were condensed and they are forming our main structure, which is called as chromosome. So this is all about the packaging of DNA and forming of chromosome. Now we will see our next topic. What is the structure of chromosome? Here in this figure you can observe the structure. A one strand is called as chromatin fiber. When these both chromatin fibers, they were joined in the center position with the help of centromere, they are forming chromosome. So you can say that in one chromosome there are two sister chromatids. Chromosome have two arms. The upper one, which is called as short arm, or it is also called as P arm, and the lower one, it is also called as long arm or Q arm. Here you just find it out, telomeres. What is telomeres? The tip of the chromosomes, they are called as telomeres. Telomere protect the chromosomes from the degradation and the fusion with other chromosomes. Kinetochores. A disc-like structure which is present on the centromere, which is called as kinetochores. What is the function of kinetochores? They help the attachment of the spindle fibers in the time of cell division. Now, chromatids in one chromosome is called as sister chromatid. Here, these are the sister chromatids. So what we have learned up to now? What is chromosome? It's a thread-like structure which can carry the genetic information. They are made up of a tiny thread-like structure which is called as chromatin. What is chromatin? DNA plus associated proteins like histone. What is chromatid? Each single copy of a replicated chromosome, which is called as chromatid, and the identical chromatids which are connected at the center, that is called as sister chromatids. Now let's see the types of chromosome on the base of the position of centromere. First we will see what is telocentric. Here in the figure you can identify telocentric chromosome, rod shape with the centromere at the terminal portion, here at the end of it. So this is called as telocentric chromosome. Here you can observe only one arm is present, that is lower arm, Q arm. Next is acrocentric chromosome. They are also rod shaped with the subterminal centromere. Here you can see the position of centromere, that is called as subterminal position. Here one arm is very long and one arm is very short. Next, submetacentric. They are also called as L shape. They are not rod shape, they are L shape, with the centromere slightly away from the midpoint. Here two arms are present, but as usual they both are unequal. Fourth one, which is called as metacentric. These are called as V shape. It is a V shape chromosome. Here you can see that centromere is completely at the center and both the arm, P arm and Q arm, are equal. These are the notes for the types of chromosome. Now, what is gene? Chromosome contain segments of DNA. Here in this figure you can see that chromosome which contain segments of DNA, and the portion of this DNA, for example this one or this one, the portion of this DNA, small portion of DNA, which is called as gene. Gene which are arranged in a single linear order along with the length of a chromosome. Gene is a functional unit of the chromosome, and one gene usually responsible for one cell function. For example, gene 1 and gene 2. Maybe the gene 2 has this kind of coding sequence which can code a protein which is called as keratin protein. So gene 2 is responsible for the production of a keratin protein. Again I'll repeat, genes are specific sequence of the nucleotide on a chromosome that encode particular protein which express in the form of some particular features of a body. These are the unit of heredity which are transformed from the parents to the offspring and are responsible for some specific characteristic of the offspring. Some fact about the chromosome. Number of chromosome, it can be varies into the different species, but the number will be constant in all the somatic cells of an individual. Somatic cell means normal cells. We have two kind of cells, sex cells and the somatic cells. So the number of chromosomes are same or the constant in all the cell of an individual species. It is therefore used for the identification tool in the speciation. In individual, the somatic cell contain two sets of chromosome. That's why it is called as diploid. See here, I have given the example for the human being we have diploid cell. It means we have two sets of chromosome. But when we are producing any gamete like egg cell or the sperm cells in male, then the number of chromosome here you can find it out. They are same, 22, but here 23, sorry, but here only one set of chromosome is present. That's why this kind of gamete cells are called as haploid cells. Again, in an individual, the somatic cell contains two sets of chromosome, and others they are called as diploid. On other hand, the gametes are haploid because they contain only the single set of chromosome. Human beings have 23 pairs of chromosome. Here you can see we have 23 pairs of chromosome. It means we have 46 number of chromosome. However, the gametes being haploid, they contain only 23 numbers of chromosome. Last topic for today. You can go for the page number 10 in your textbook. A green box was given. What is DNA fingerprinting? These things is not in your syllabus, only for your information. Lots of region in between the genes are not functional. That shows the tremendous variation from person to person, and it helps in the identification of the individual, which is popularly known as DNA fingerprinting. Here in this figure, you can see the method of DNA fingerprinting. Mostly it is used for some maternal issues, paternal issues, or some criminal cases. From that we can find the blood samples, and through this whole process we can find a band-like structure. Just see this. This is the band pattern. First one, this is the band pattern from the blood which we find from the crime scene. Suppose we have these three suspects, and at the end of DNA fingerprinting we are getting this data. From figure you can understand. See who have the similarity with the crime scene. Obviously the suspect too. So from this we can understand, or we can solve many kind of maternity or the paternal issues. It means the newborn baby or the person have these parents or not. Some criminal cases. From criminal cases we can find it out the blood sample or the semen sample, hair, any other items from our body. So if it is found at the site of crime, which provide a biological evidence through the DNA fingerprinting.